Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mike. You guys are rocking with me on Mike's Intellectual Corner. On today's episode, we are diving into Epic History TV. This is Blackbeard, the true story. Without further ado, we're just going to dive right into it, so let's roll.
Blackbeard's early life is shrouded in mystery. His real name was probably Edward Thatch, and he may have been a sailor from the English port of Bristol. Some believe he fought in the War of Spanish Succession, at the end of which he found himself unemployed in the Caribbean in the last great age of piracy. So he travelled to the outlaw haven of Nassau and turned pirate.
I feel like in these days, like just being an outlaw or going pirate or any of that stuff is just, it almost seems like it would just be so easy to do. Because I mean, think about how boring life would be back in those days if you weren't like in the military or like in high society where you can just be kind of lazy all day and just be rich, and you know what I'm saying, because you're living off your family's riches and stuff like that. If you're like an everyday person and you're unemployed and you know what I'm saying, like this just seems like the life, like 100 times over. But I don't know, it's just kind of crazy to think about like that whole era and stuff like that of just lawlessness and all that stuff.
Pirate. In the spring of 1717, he sailed as second in command to the pirate captain Ben Hornigold. They cruised America's east coast, seizing and plundering 8 merchant ships. That summer, Blackbeard met Stede Bonnet, known as the Gentleman Pirate, and took over command of his ship, the Revenge. Then he returned to terrorize the American colonies once more, capturing 15 ships in just 3 weeks. Blackbeard used fear as a weapon, terrifying opponents into a quick surrender. But there's no record of him ever torturing or murdering any of his victims. That autumn, Blackbeard sailed to the Windward Islands. Off St. Vincent, he captured La Concorde, a French ship carrying 500 slaves bound for the sugar plantations. Blackbeard refitted the ship with 40 guns and renamed her Queen Anne's Revenge. He now commanded one of the most powerful warships in the Caribbean. With 4 ships and 250 crew, Blackbeard rampaged through the West Indies, capturing and burning ships, as well as the French colony of Guadeloupe. Then he sailed west.
If I was, obviously back in these days, if I was alive, especially being my complexion and stuff like that, I would definitely be a pirate. Because I mean, what else is? I mean, me just being my complexion, I'm breaking the law. So why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not just if I'm going to be breaking the law, why not give you a reason to say that I'm actually doing it? But in any case, so I would definitely do it just because. I mean, it just seems like so much fun in a world of just boringness and work, essentially, which was, you know what I'm saying, the 16 and 1700s, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would definitely be a pirate. That's just me, though.
Then he sailed west. In the Gulf of Mexico.
And I'm sure it was a lot easier too to do this, like do pirating in the Caribbean area and stuff like that. So around this time, because I mean, obviously, I'm not 100% sure on the time era, but I'm guessing infrastructure around this area isn't like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, say, if you go pirating in the British Isles and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably weren't going to get caught. It would just be like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be too fun and too easy. And it'd almost be too easy to get away, because, I mean, if you think about it, they could easily just go through the Panama Canal and just be on the other side of the freaking thing like too easily. Because if I'm not mistaken, around this time it wasn't even really connected, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it was, I don't know, but yeah.
In the Gulf of Mexico, he wrought havoc amongst Spanish shipping, and earned himself a new nickname, El Gran Diablo, the Great Devil. But despite many prizes, morale was low amongst Blackbeard's crew. They hadn't had a big haul in months. The men wanted gold. So Blackbeard sailed to the Florida coast, where the Spanish treasure fleet had been wrecked 3 years before. His men searched the wrecks for gold and silver, but scavengers had already taken the easy spoils, and they found little of value. Blackbeard continued north to Charleston, South Carolina. In the boldest move of his career, he blockaded the port for 6 days, seizing goods and hostages from any ships entering or leaving the harbor.
I think that needs to be more in the history books. I would love to learn about that in American history. That obviously is stricken from the history books. I don't know why, but we only learn about the kind of boring side of history when it comes to U.S. history, but yeah.
Entering or leaving the harbor. Continuing up the coast, Blackbeard entered Topsail Inlet, looking for a hideaway. But his flagship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, ran aground and sank. Gentleman Stede Bonnet now chose to part ways with Blackbeard. 4 months later, he was dead, hanged in Charleston as a pirate. Blackbeard marooned part of his crew and sailed with his closest companions to Bath, North Carolina, where he secured a royal pardon from the governor as part of a pirate amnesty. He and his men set up base on Ocracoke Island, but were soon back to their old ways, plundering 2 French ships out at sea. Blackbeard claimed his loot, 180 barrels of sugar, came from an abandoned ship, but few were fooled. Alexander Spotswood, Lieutenant Governor of the neighboring...
I mean, if you're gonna go back to your old ways and all that stuff, might as well just go away. You know what I'm saying? Why are you gonna keep and set up shop and keep your shop in the same areas where people know you anyway? Why not go away and go south, or go, just go anywhere? Should go to the freaking Indian Sea, or the over there by India, and freaking wreak havoc over there with the Dutch and all that. You know what I'm saying? Why just stay over here?
Alexander Spotswood, Lieutenant Governor of the neighboring colony of Virginia, now decided to deal with Blackbeard once and for all. Flouting colonial law, he sent a naval task force to North Carolina with orders to take Blackbeard, dead or alive. Lieutenant Maynard of the Royal Navy and 60 men caught the pirates off guard at Ocracoke Island. Blackbeard was outnumbered 3 to 1, but he fought skillfully and bravely to the end. Finally, he was cut down by one of Maynard's men. His body was found to be covered with 20 sword cuts and 5 bullet wounds. Blackbeard's head was cut off and fixed to the bowsprit of the Navy sloop to prove he was dead. Blackbeard's reign of terror lasted less than 2 years, during which he plundered an estimated 40 ships. But his careful and deliberate use of terror forged a legend that would last for centuries. Epic History TV.
So yeah, I definitely say they need to do more. They definitely need to do more videos on different pirates. 'Cause, I mean, there were pirates on. There used to be freaking black pirates. There were female pirates. There were freaking all types of freaking pirates that are interesting and stuff like that. So I definitely think that they need to do more videos on different pirates and stuff like that. But in any case, thank you guys again for joining me on another episode of Mike's Intellectual Corner. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in another one. I'm out.